So, what do you think, man? They wanted Trump, didn't they? They wanted him.
Yep.
What do you think? They almost got him. Inches away. All those news companies, all those people, they would have had him. Just that much, dude. Just inches away from getting what they wanted. Trump did.
They about did it.
They about did it. They've always said only thing standing in between the big government, the deep state, and all that is Trump, right? Because he's coming for the people. Like all the dirty politicians, they always said, Trump's, I'm standing between you and them. And today, he literally proved it because the bullet that missed him hit a regular civilian. So yeah, they are coming for us because they proved it today. Because he was the only thing standing in between us and them. And they came at the Trumpster today to prove the only thing standing in between us and them is the Trumpster. And they're willing to take him out. And hey, if their shot misses, they're willing to take us out if we're too close to him. You see how they're playing? Teflon Don stands again. What do you think Sloppy, Sleepy, Creepy Joe thinks about this?
He's probably too doped up to even really know what happened.
Too doped up to know what happened. I mean, doped up Joe. Well, when you're 84 and president, I figure you would get kind of doped up to make that job work a little bit, right? Because I'll be honest, dude, I'm 45 and I like to take a lot of naps. So I could imagine if I were 84 and president, I'd really be sleeping a lot. So
it seems like when he gets up on stage, he just goes like this.
Boom.
And it's like he gets shocked for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, just zombie time.
Yeah.
Boom. Give him it's kind of like with the cows, right? You kind of inject them a little bit right before you get them onto the show arena, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they do with Sloppy, Sleepy, Creepy Joe. They just, inject them a little bit, give them a little shock like you do to the cows, boom, to get them onto the show floor. To walk around and not think. Because really, I think the cows walking around probably think more than Joe Biden walking around. I'm saying cows are smarter than Joe Biden.
Nothing more productive than Joe Biden.
Nothing less productive than Joe Biden. All right, man. Well, we'll see. Tomorrow's a new day. Any predictions on tomorrow?
Probably the total opposite of what's happening right now when we get up.
So what would the total opposite be? Everybody giving each other hugs and saying, it's all good? I don't know, man. I think what they did was crazy. And they did the same thing to Ashley Babbitt. Remember her? She was there January 6th. They murdered her, dude.
Yep.
They killed her for being there. I mean, they literally took her out. Nobody really talks about that because they want to say like the January 6th was like the most awful thing in the history of the world, right? But the same people who are saying January 6th is the most awful thing in the whole world also are the people who let the cities get crazy and let everything get nuts, and they don't care about it until something like January 6th happens, which a lot of people were tricked into going into the Capitol on January 6th. They saw other people walking in, so they're like, okay, I'll walk in. I mean, most people would actually do that because you're like, oh, I can walk into the Capitol, and nobody's telling you don't to walk into the Capitol, and it's just like you're walking around. I could see why a person would do that, right? So
it's a miracle nothing has majorly happened as much as almost seems like they're trying to tweak everything.
They're trying to spin it. They're trying to... Well, man, you think ever since COVID, it's been the people versus the elites, right? It's been like...
There's definitely a big turn with COVID and power, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you know what it is? It's just about getting the people who are kind of like... I don't want to call them dumb, but the ones who are still holding on to the kind of Joe Biden COVID bullshit, right? Because at first, the people who weren't going to get a vax or who weren't going to get a mask were conspiracy theorists. Where really, if you think about it, it made zero sense to do that. Why the hell would you trust the government and the news to tell you what to do? Right? Why? When you feel like something ain't right, it ain't right with you. Right? If you feel if I'm wearing that shit, I'm like, this is bullshit. You know it's bullshit. But there's a group of people that they will wear the mask, take the vax, shove it up their ass, you know, switch and swap, say whatever, because
dye your hair, scream this.
Dye your hair, scream this, hold this flag, burn this flag, do this, do that, right? They'll get them to do that. They'll get them to do it. And then they've kind of like just, if we don't get those type of people somehow miraculously, those nut jobs over to our side, we're still working against 20% of our regular population. I think about 75% of the people out there are now hip to the idea that COVID was total bullshit. The government was behind it bigger than crap, right? There was so much more to it than what they said.
It was made to stop Trump.
Made to stop Trump. It was sent to us from Fauci's crew, who was doing gain-of-function research. They're sitting in there plucking around, messing with bacterias and see what does and doesn't make people sick for chemical warfare. Somehow that gets to us regular people, right?
There's nothing new about COVID. COVID's been around for a long time.
It's been around forever. And nobody was getting the flu that year. So they were fixing these stats and doing all this crazy stuff. Meanwhile, they probably are trying to fucking kill us with whatever fucking bullshit they can. But we'll outdo them, right? Well, for a while at least, till God says. And, but all these lies that people at first were believing, right? People were yelling, oh yeah, some guy ate a bat and that's how he got COVID. It's like, yeah, some gay dude banged a monkey. That's how they got AIDS. It's like, really, dude? You know, Fauci's sitting here behind. He's always behind these fucking plagues and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, so anyway.
You always hear about plagues when we were in middle school and high school, and nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
Now all you hear when it does happen,
Plague.
It happens here.
Yeah. Well, anyways, man, I better get rolling. What time is it, B?
Swine time.
Swine time.